morning.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, our district governor. Good morning, fellow Rotarians. Good morning, our distinguished guests and our distinguished facilitators. Apologies for joining a little bit late. I've had some network issues. I would like to, on behalf of our district governor and entire team, welcome each and every one of us to this month's edition of our online monthly learning seminar, which is designed to equip us as Rotarians and friends and guests of Rotary with information about topical issues, and more especially as it focuses on the theme for a particular month. This month is the month of peace building and conflict prevention, and we've been able to invite two distinguished guests and facilitators for our seminar this morning. We have two of them. We have a past district governor of Rotary International, District 911010, past district governor Remi, and we also have a distinguished Nigerian, a decorated and well-versed police officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ACP also joining us. More of the introduction will be done by the time we have by the time it gets to their slots to speak with us. Before we do that, let me welcome and invite our district governor, Rotarian Larry Adedoyin, to give us his opening remarks, and then we'll take it up from there. Thank you. Over to you, sir. Our district governor Adedoyin.
Good morning, sir. Our district learning facilitator, and good morning, fellow Rotarians. As the district learning facilitator rightly said, this is the month of peace building, conflict prevention, and resolution. I want to especially thank past district governor Remi FCA for granting our request to be part of this online learning seminar. I also want to thank Assistant Commissioner of Police Bamidele PSC, the area commander of the Area Motion, for also granting our request. This is a knowledge sharing session in which all Rotarians and indeed all who have volunteered to join us online from any part of the world are enriched in knowledge from the wealth of experience of various experts and knowledgeable people that we have always invited to this session. So without much ado, I'm taking too much of time. I want to call this meeting to order at exactly 8:11 and join us please to listen attentively to what our experts, the facilitators, would dish to us this morning, because the topic is a very important one in our organization. So thank you as I welcome you to the February edition of the online learning seminar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, District Governor Adedoyin. Thank you for those welcome remarks. I'll now yield the coordination of this program to our District Governor nominee, Rotarian Showabi, rather. So please continue with the introduction and moderation, starting with the first speaker. Over to you, Rotarian Showabi.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, my District Governor, district leaders present here this morning, fellow Rotarians. Thank you for your time. You're supposed to be still in your bed drinking coffee, but it's good that we're here to share knowledge. This morning we have two very important speakers in our midst to talk to us on the topic we are celebrating this month: peace building and conflict prevention. You know, Rotary invests in peace education and capacity building, fosters strategic relationships, and integrates peace building into all the Rotary's programs and service. And Rotary goals today is to create an environment where peace can build and maintained through sustainable and measurable activities within our communities. And for us to be enlightened and to carry on this month with various projects that pertains to peace, we have two speakers here. The first person that is going to talk to us is a seasoned accountant with extensive experience, past district governor at Remi, who served as the district governor in 2021-2022 Rotary year as the 41st president in District 9110. That year, the thing was served to change lives. Yes, and of course, he's popularly called the Changemaker District Governor. He is a member of the Rotary Club of Ikeja South from the District 9111, and he will be speaking to us on the topic Rotary and elusive peace in the world. Distinguished Rotarians and friends, past District Governor Remi, we welcome you this morning. Please take the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my DGN Showabi, my classmate, yes, president of 2007-2008. I say congratulations again.
Thank you, sir.
Number, you are the third from that class. We have the DG 9112 as a member of that class. Yes, my district governor, Larry Adedoyin. Thank you very much. PDGs here, in particular, the learning facilitator of District 9112, PDG Kola Shudipo. The future DGs here, that is the DG he's the 9112 DGNs. PAGs here this morning. Permit me to specially recognize my in-law, PAG me, Agbaje, United President, fellow Rotarians, and let me recognize my co-facilitator, ACP, Bamidele. I say good morning to you all. I bring good tidings from District 911 across the river. Yes, the topic we have this morning is rotary and elusive peace in our world. Yes, at the end of this session, we should be able to know why peace is elusive in our world. That's the next the slide you are having on your screen. Appreciate the need for peace in the world, and finally understand RI's efforts in ensuring peace in the world. Next slide. Yes, like we've been told, we are in the month of peace building and conflict prevention, and possibly, when there is one, resolution. That's what that logo represents. Why is peace elusive in the world or in our world? Global peacefulness has deteriorated over the years, especially since 2014. Records show that about 100 countries are having deteriorated into war. There are currently, as we talk, about 59 active state-based conflicts, the most since the end of the World War II, with 152,000 conflict-related deaths recorded in 2024. This is according to UN. It's called Geneva Solution to World Crisis. Next slide, please. Peace is now more elusive than ever before, with global conflicts doubling in the last 5 years, rising geopolitical rivalries, significant threats to international law. A good example we have in Palestine and in Gaza, Russia-Ukraine war, South Sudan. These are good examples that are very current. We can ask ourselves, what do you mean by peace? Is it in a situation where you declare war, or even there is no war? You say there is no war, but there is war. Yes, we have ended wars and attained what can be said to be peace at various times in history. Most people point to the peace after World War II. But let us not forget that why World War II was meant to be the war to end all wars in our world. But is it the situation as of today? We should ask ourselves. You will recollect the formation of the United Nations in 1945 was as a result of the belief that war can be brought to an end, so as to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war, which has twice brought untold sorrow to mankind through World War I and World War II. Next slide, please. The problem is that we have always focused all our attention on physical violence and not enough on passive violence. It is only when we see physical, when people have been maimed, people have been killed, that we believe there is war. The passive violence is that one that each and every one is guilty of, either consciously or unconsciously. It leads to physical fights, killing, murders, beatings, rape, and all the other acts of violence where physical force is used on each other. Next slide, please. The passive war is that kind of violent act where no force is used or applied. And yet what we do or don't do even causes people to be hurt directly or indirectly. This could be classified as under discrimination, when we discriminate against each other, oppression, one group oppressing the other because of the might, the power, greed, wasting of resources, as in corruption, like we see in our country. When corruption is the order of the day, it is a kind of passive war. Poverty, insensitivity, election malpractices, poor justice system, and so on. These are examples of passive war. It is passive violence that fuels the fire of physical violence. It's always the case. It's when people are aggrieved, agitated, and they believe the only way to do is to go into self-help. Before you know it, physical war will start. Since we are all equally responsible in committing passive violence, we have to acknowledge our weaknesses and bad behavior, and then become the change we wish to see in the world. I think we should be the vanguard of peace in the world. Next slide, please. The importance of peace in our work cannot be emphasized or overstated. It serves as a foundation for social stability, economic development, and community well-being. By fostering a culture of peace, so that societies can create environments where individuals can thrive and contribute to collective progress of the society. What does world peace represent? World peace is the concept of an ideal state. An ideal state, that's utopia state of peace within, among all people and nations on earth. Different cultures, religions, philosophies, and organizations have varying concepts on how such a state will come about. These are symbols of peace. Yeah, let's move on. It's not coming up. Hello? Okay. Action for a peaceful world. What do we need to do? Say no to violence. A good example is what we are doing this morning, knowledge sharing. When people are well informed, they will know how to manage peace. Educate yourself about peace. RIPs, fellowship from scholarship. Practice understanding and solidarity. Rotary community engagement. Join organizations like ours, Rotary. Report bullying and harassment. Rotary zero tolerance for this. Protest inequality and discrimination. A good example is our DEI. It's meant to repair us. Service projects we do is meant to address the needs of the community that always leads to agitation. Embrace inclusion and diversity. I've talked about that. Support peace advocates, Rotary Peace Fellowship all over the world. Follow reliable news sources. Avoid being a rumor monger. What you don't have true information about, please avoid sharing on WhatsApp or social media. Practice of good justice system. Where there is no justice, there can never be peace. Roles of RI in world peace. Rotary International advances world peace by addressing underlying conflict causes. Like I said earlier on, all manner of passive behavior leads to conflicts across the globe. A good example, poverty. When people are in poverty, they are ready to drop their life for anything. Inequality and lack of education. Through community-driven service projects, the Rotary Peace Centers program, and global advocacy. Rotary is operating in nearly every country of the world, over 200 countries and territories. 1.2 million members foster peace, which is one of Rotary's 7 areas of focus. Like we all know, we have these 7 areas of focus that we pursue. Since 2002, Rotary Peace Centers have trained over 1,800 fellows from more than 140 countries in conflict prevention and resolution, leadership, and peace studies, preparing them for roles in governments, NGOs, and international organizations. The centers are hosted by the following universities. We are presently in 7 universities across the globe. Duke University of North Carolina in the US, they offer master's program in peace and conflict prevention and resolution. International Christian University in Tokyo, Japan, next slide, they offer master's program there. All these are free institutions being funded by the Rotary Foundation. University of Bradford in England, they offer master's program too. Uppsala University in Sweden, master's program. We've got 5 master's program. Makerere University, the only one in Africa. But how many do we have across the globe? Only 7. There is still room for more. Uganda. Başşehir University, Istanbul, Turkey, they offer certificate course there, and Symbiosis International University, that's the latest in India. Next slide. This is one of the ways Rotary is trying to approach world peace. At the universities, the fellowships or the program is fully funded. Funded fellowship, Rotary offers up to 130 to 170 annuals for fully funded fellowship for master's degrees, like I've said earlier on. As we are talking, it's open in the public for those that may be interested. Please, ACP, please take note of this. You may have some of your people that may be interested in participating or attending to learn, to grow, and create a change with the Rotary Peace Fellowship. It's here on the screen. The application will be close by 15th May 2026. I brought this up so that it can be available for us, for those that may be interested, can share with them. Next slide, please. Beside the funding of the master's and certificate programs at universities, Rotary is also pursuing service projects at various club levels. Members implement sustainable local projects aimed at conflict prevention by improving health, providing clean water, supporting education, and reducing poverty. We go into strategic partnership, collaborate with organizations like the Institute for Economics and Peace, help measure peace, while inter-country committees and youth programs promote cross-cultural understanding. Next slide, please. Peace advocacy is another way. Rotary supports positive peace workshops, and through its action group for peace, focuses on addressing the root causes of conflict. We act as mediators. Our members have negotiated humanitarian ceasefires in areas of conflict to allow polio vaccinators. That's our primary external project. That when we are being denied access to the children, we serve as mediators where there are crises so that we can get our job done to reach children who are at risk. Rotary members refuse to accept conflict as a way of life. Next slide, please. The Rotary Foundation has invested over $4 billion in the various peace building initiative. It's not a joke. $4 billion is a heaping sum. Other humanitarian efforts, reinforcing that grassroots actions that contribute to global peace. The Rotary Foundation, I've said that. Next slide, please. Next slide. Why is the war more peaceful now than in the past? Why every war is a tragedy? United Nations data suggests that fewer people died in conflict in recent decades than in most of the 20th century, that is, only the last 2 wars. Countries have also built more peaceful relations between and within themselves. How many wars are avoided? And whether the trend of fewer deaths in them continues is up to our own actions, is up to you, is up to me. I want to thank the PDG, the learning facilitator, for this opportunity, and I hope we shall continue as Rotarians to work for world peace. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, my past district governor, Remi Bello. That was wow. I hope you're taking notes. I have been taking notes too. And please, we'll welcome questions and comments after the second speaker must have spoken. But what I've gathered from here is the Rotary International has been working on peace through various, approach Rotary peace centers, which are PDG mentions, and having mediators and advocates all around the world to negotiate for ceasefires, polio vaccinations, ECT, and of course, fellowships and scholarships. And then this month, which we are celebrating and looking at how we can do more in line of peace building and conflict prevention. We're going to have the second speaker talk to us. I want to introduce him so we can all know the caliber of person that we're going to listen to and then get what he's going to tell us. Please hold on, I'm looking for his profile right now. Okay, Awoni Bamidele is our next speaker. ACP Awoni Bamidele was enlisted into Nigerian Police Force in May 2000 as a cadet assistant superintendent of police, ASP. And he went through rigorous trainings for about 18 months. And during this time, he attended several other different courses, such as leadership and citizenship course, combat operational course. And in completion of the courses, he was posted to Ogun State Police Command, where he served as a Divisional Crime Officer, DCO, in Ibarra Division, Divisional Crime Officer, DCO, in Ishara Division, Staff Officer Junior, Staff Officer Inspectorate, and Directing Staff at the Nigerian Police Academy in Kano State. Most so, he has served several years as the Divisional Police Officer in Aja Division, Officer in charge of police posts at Lekki First 1. And of course, he has also served in Benin, Bayelsa, and the Commandant's Police Training School in Benin. And presently, he is the Area Commander, Area D, in Mushin, Lagos. Distinguished Rotarians, we have ACP Bamidele Awoni, who is going to talk to us for another 20 minutes with the topic, the importance of dialogue in conflict resolution. You're welcome, sir. You have the floor. ACP, sir. I saw him on there. Hello, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, please. Oh. ACP Awoni, please unmute yourself. Okay, can you do it from your end for him?
Oh, I'm searching for him. I'll do that now. But
okay.
I
think he's trying to.
Awoni. I've done that, so maybe we can reach him personally. Maybe
you have his contact now.
No, I don't have his contact.
There's some conflict to be resolved here. Can you hear me now?
Okay, we can hear you, sir.
Can I
conflict resolved.
Conflict resolved.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir. Please do.
Okay. Good morning, all. My name is Awoni, as I've been rightly introduced. I'm the area commander, Area D in Mushin, and I have to extend my appreciation to my Oga, my friend, the CPA FCT, in the person of Commissioner of Police, Amila Dantawai. He actually commissioned me to go ahead and do this. And please, you permit me. The paper I sent, I might not be talking much from that paper, but I'll read some. I'll just talk. We'll do all together much. So just give me the permission. The topic given is the importance of dialogue in conflict resolution. Like we rightly know, before you go into dialogue, that means there is a conflict somewhere. And conflict is when we have disagreement between one or two people. And of course, that's happened in different places At times within the religious people, within the community, within the schools, family, even internationally, you have conflicts. Even politically, you have all these conflicts. And for us to reduce our stress, that's why most times instead of going to rancor and all this stuff, we go into dialogue. And the importance of dialogue can never be overemphasized. Firstly, before anything we could be done at all, we must first of all understand the meaning of dialogue and how it helps in conflict resolution. Dialogue means taking part in a conversation or discussion that involves two or more persons in reaching a logical conclusion, exchanging ideas or opinions on particular issue, whether in a company, community, political or religious issue, with a view of reaching an amicable agreement or settlement. Most times, conflicts it seems to be a normal part of human life. It can happen in family, like I said, in schools, community, between nations. However, the way we handle conflict determines whether it leads to peace or violence. Dialogue is one of the most effective tools for reaching effective resolving conflicts peacefully. When people engage in dialogue, they listen to one another, share their feelings, and try to understand different viewpoints. Most times, even in family, you have these differences where you have to discuss between your children when they use their phone and when they should sleep, when they should go out. At times, when you see the children of nowadays, they call them Gen Zs. You will see that the way you relate with them might not be the way you relate with others some few years back. That means for you not to have conflict in your family, that means you have to engage your children even in dialogue so that you can have a very peaceful resolution within your family so that it will not escalate the problem. Because in most cases, that's why you see vagabond, you see children that are causing most of this problem. And when conflict starts, it might start small, just even within the family. And in most cases, this escalates to a bigger problem. Then that's the reason why I said that the importance of dialogue can never be over. It's just a way to go because it will reduce off a lot of stress. It will reduce off a lot of violence in our nation. It is very easy to quickly and easily identify someone or group of people who has an hidden grudges or intending to promote a conflict against an individual, community, or society through the way such people speak. Even in church, you have conflicts. In most cases, you see two pastors, having different view of things concerning a particular issue. For you to resolve the way to go is dialogue. You have to see it, because when there's gap in communication in most times, it leads to a bigger problem. So when you dialogue, you'll be able to hear the two sides and know how to come out of the situation. The importance of dialogue in conflict resolution is very crucial because it helps in fostering understanding, it builds trust, and it helps both parties in dispute and disagreement. In most cases, it's going to be win-win solution by allowing open communication, breaking down prejudice and addressing the root cause, and rather just the system. It also moves relationship from hostility to collaboration. It prevents escalation of conflicts, promotes mutual respect, and enables sustenance of peace at society and personal and international level, making it a powerful tool for peace building and peace resolution. You talk of peace building, most times you see we as law enforcement agents live in Nigeria and going to other countries to go and do peacekeeping, for them to maintain peace in there. And when you get to the place, most times you have to do dialogue because you want to sit all the warring parties, asking them what is the problem, just like in our nation. Presently, you have political crisis, you have religious issues, just like the one that happened in Kwara State, where certain groups will come and tell you that this is the way you should practice your religion. Instead of going to violence, in most cases, when you go into dialogue, these are things that can be resolved. When people engage in dialogue, they listen to one another, share their feelings, and try to understand different viewpoints. Reduce anger through dialogue. Problem can be discussed calmly. Fair solutions can be reached. It also helps to build trust and strengthen relationship. Just in the family way between husband and wife. You will agree with me when two young people leave their parents and come together to marry each other. You will not expect it to go seamlessly. In most cases, just the commonest out of it, you see husband and wife, if they want to sleep in the night, the wife might say, I don't like putting on lights to sleep. The husband will say, no, I like to leave the light on when I want to sleep. Conflict has started just within the family. Issue of light. That's why the issue of dialogue comes in. What will they do? It's just for them to see that why don't you want light, and they discuss it, then they will come to a resolution. It make you to, when they do such, it's going to be a win-win situation where the family will continue to exist. Through dialogue, problems is solved, like I said, their solution and is threatened. Dialogue promotes peace, unity, cooperation. Instead of fighting and arguing, we could learn and talk, listen, and understand one another. Dialogue is the key to lasting peace. And from my notes, we have what are the key roles dialogue in conflict resolution. Number one, builds understanding and empathy. Because when there's gap in communication, you might not be in the knowing what is affecting the other party. Then when you create a room for dialogue, all the parties will be able to bring out what their devices are. And when you hear the two parties, you'll be able to come to solution. And when we do this, the world at large will be a better place for all of us to live in, even among nations. When you see issue of boundary dispute, where the country will say this land belongs to me, this one, you have to sit down, and that's what brought an organization like United Nations, where you have to intervene, bring different parties together, then you discuss the issue. Then people will be there to broker peace and make a resolution. Though the importance of dialogue can never be overemphasized. The escalate tension. In schools, you have the students, you have the lecturers in most times. Some of the policies the schools want to bring might not be suitable for the students. They want to go on unrest. In most cases, somebody will be there to broker peace among them, to bring them to dialogue. These are one of the importance of dialogue. It de-escalates tension, foster trust and respect, because both parties will understand where they are coming from and where they are going. The reason why a kind of policy is put in place, it addresses the root causes of the problem. It moves beyond the symptom problem of what the conflict has caused, but goes beyond tackling underlying issue, which helps to provide more sustainable and everlasting solution. Transforms relationship. This type of helps to change the emotional interaction patterns, allowing the antagonists to see each other differently and coming together to find common goals, solution to existing conflicts or issues. Then it enables joint problem solving. In most cases, when there are issues, you will not know whether each of the party has a better solution to their problem. When they come together, it helps them to have a joint solution to the problem, which two parties might not even understand such solution can come into be. Let's look at conflict within the international level. That's the essence when you have diplomats, when there are issues within the country, you see the diplomats coming together to put heads together and resolve such issues among the nation. Even in workplace, there are issues, you bring them together. Politically, you have the government and people that want to protest. Just of recent in Lagos, you see people at Urushoki where the government demolished their house, and each time they want to be on the road to protest, at the point in time, the government have to broker peace by bringing the warring parties to come and sit down and dialogue to find a lasting solution. So these are areas dialogue is very important in conflict resolution in our country. And when we do this, the whole country will be a better place for all of us to live in. Dialogue in conflict resolution will prevent violence. It encourages understanding, build trust, promote peace, and strengthen relationship, and help to find lasting solution. With all these points, we agree with me. Dialogue can never be overemphasized. It's just a way to go. There is no alternative to it. Because if in the situation of war, whatever you do, at the end of the day, if the war will come to an end, it will not be a true fight. You are still going to sit and discuss what the problem, the root causes, and you find a solution to the root causes. Conclusively, conflict is inevitable. So far, we are more than one in a particular place. They are bound to be conflict because both in the family way we are brought up in a different way, so we must always have clashes. So we encourage people to always go into dialogue so that the entire world will be a better place for all of us to live in. With these people, I think I'm done with the topic given to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ACP Awani. We appreciate you. We appreciate your presence, and we appreciate what you have given to us. I want to believe we have people in the house who have questions, who have comments. Please, the chat room is open. You can write what you want to say to us. You can also raise your hand, and we'll ask you to speak. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Rotary has encouraged us to do so much for peace, and I believe everybody, no matter which community you belong to, you want peace. And then this month, the theme is highlighting community-driven and sustainable peace projects that we can, as Rotarians, participate to truly bring peace to the world. We'll take there's a hand up. We don't know your name, sir, but by your phone, Samsung SM something, please introduce yourself and speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DGN. My name is Tunde Ezichi, Rotary Club of Lagos. It's a very good topic that we're looking at. And I just want to make one or two contributions before asking perhaps a question. Conflict. And I'd like any of our speakers to advise, particularly our ACP, Awuni. In actual fact, conflict, which has another word, friction, can lead to progress. The fact that we're able to move forward, in our daily activities, is as a result of forward frictional forces. I am a physicist, so I can tell you that it is friction that enables us to walk and move forward. My question here is, there are times when those in a conflict, their positions are so entrenched that they don't want to listen. They're so entrenched in there. How do you force them to come to the table? And it can be quite intriguing. I mean, see what's happening in Russia, Ukraine. Boy, the fellows, they can see the destruction happening to their various countries. But to force both of them to come, let us speak eyeball to eyeball is a problem. Is there any special technique for doing this? I'd like to be advised. Thank you. I think I finished my submission. I hope I was heard.
What's going on? Oh,
I have finished my submission. I don't know whether the quietness is as a result of not having heard me. You want me to repeat myself?
you were heard very, very clearly. Maybe there's a network issue from someone.
Who is going to attend to that question or comments?
Can I go ahead with this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. It seems I'm not hearing Madam very well. It seems from the question, from what we read and what we see, at times, there's difference between theoretical solution and practical solution. This we are seeing it practically, from what is happening in Russia. But from all indication, there are still no two ways. Of course, the fight is on, but it will get to a time. It's still going to be, the war will still come to an end through dialogue. By the time they keep on destroying, though it might be very unfortunate, it will get to a point that all the warring parties will still sit down and discuss what is the issue. Most of these things are being politically motivated, which in most cases it seems nothing is going to happen. But no matter what they do, no matter what comes up, it's going to be resolved through same dialogue. Where all the parties now realize that we've lost so much. What is the way forward? The religious leaders, everybody will come in. It might take some time. It might, because it's a kind of ego fight that each party wants to believe they are bigger than one another, and none of them want to. It will get to a point that two parties have to sit down. Somebody, someday, somewhere, we have to see broker this peace. The way to go is still going to be dialogue. It might take some time, but it's still going to be dialogue. That is my submission.
Okay, let me add to that submission, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, when you have conflict, the best way to resolve conflict is for us to state it as it is. Talk about interest, not about position of individual. What exactly is the cause of that crisis? And when you, like the PDG has, that the parties are not willing to sit together to talk, the best way to approach it is for it to bring to the public domain and talk to them, so that they will be seeing what is. And when it is, anytime they give the opportunity, it must be in a very safe environment where the two parties will be able to fester what exactly is agitating in their mind. Because the conflict itself is a serious disagreement between parties that have opposing views or interests. And for you to reconcile the parties, like we do in my own profession in accounting, you try to establish what leads them out and try to see how you can convince them to shift position. That stage, when they see you are you are not partial, you are in the interest or any gain to be made from it, they are likely to see reason at the end of the day. Like the ACP said, there are no two ways to it. Dialogue will end war. So they will still have to see what the US has been doing on Russia, Ukraine matter. They continue to dialogue until the final conclusion is reached. The other way, which is not always good, is to use force, use might on one of the parties or on the parties. That kind of peace is a forced peace that may not last. So it's better they get the consent or the approval of the parties voluntarily, and the peace, I think that way, will be a lasting peace. That's my submission. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, thank you, PDG, and ACP. Yes.
Did you get my contribution?
Yes, we got it, sir. We got
Okay,
it.
thank you.
I was talking, I wasn't sure. My mic was off. Okay, what I was saying is ACP had told us that during dialogue, informations are shared. We should take note of that. And the dialogue helps in fostering understanding and build trust. It enables collaborations and partnerships. It also strengthens relationships. As we contribute, please let's take note of what we have been hearing since 8:15 this morning. I can see a hand raised, but let me take a question from the chat room from Dr. Lukman Olushesi. Sorry if I didn't do that well, but let me read your question. The government seems to have difficulty in ensuring peace in parts of the northern part of Nigeria. Why is it so difficult? And is there something Rotary can do to support government efforts? My PDG, Bello, please, can you attend to that question?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening. We are all living witness to what is happening in other part of the country. Like I said in my earlier submission, it's a matter of personal interest. We know some people behind it. Why is it only a part of the country that is embroiled in that crisis? It's simple. It is about some people, and the people themselves are not facing it as it is. Until they face it, definitely peace will come back to that part of the country. It's about interest, and it is that interest that should be watered down, so that yes, the people. It's not a matter of guerrilla warfare where you don't know the enemy, where they are coming from. It's scattered all over the place. And it's somehow, like I said, it's more of interest of some people that believe things are not going their own way and they want to force it, not set by violence. And I think it's a matter of time to be resolved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Past Assistant Governor Victoria Kuti, please let's hear you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you for recognizing me. Good morning, my district governor and all district leaders, especially PDG Remi for the wonderful presentation, and ASP Awuni. Thank you very much. My question is directed to ASP Awuni. I have a concern about how the police handle peace in within the community, especially when handling this touts, let me call it, I'm sorry for using that word, the troublemakers in the parks and in the community where we have cultism. I noticed that instead of dialogue, the police shoot at them, they kill one of them. They don't use water guns, they don't use tear gas, they use bullets. And this, instead of creating peace and dialogue, exaggerates the reactions of these people. And they now continue fighting for days and for weeks, and it gets bigger and bigger. And they start targeting the police officers they find on the road to kill them, and it deteriorates to community unrest. So my question is, how do the police, or how do you plan, if there is any plan at all, or if there is something in place, engage them instead of shooting at them? How do you engage them to bring peace to the community? Because at the end of the day, it's we that live around that area that are most affected. You can't go out, children can't go to school because the policeman killed a tout. So that's my question directed to the Awaga policeman.
Thank you very much, ma'am. ACP, please.
Yeah, thank you, madam. I can put it straight that police as an organization, we do a lot when it comes to most times before you go into this dialogue and peace making, you check your position of the law. So most times we do most of this ADR, alternative dispute resolution, where you talk among them. When it comes to courtism, and so most of these guys, they are not always very reasonable. And most times the law allows the use of minimum force when it comes to that situation. Because at times when it happens, you have to break them down before you can achieve dialogue. Most of them, they are always under the influence of alcohol, of drug. And you agree with me, there's no way you dialogue with somebody that is not in his best frame of mind. So you have to do some things to them to make them, though we might not be getting it right. At times, I'm in a public view, at times the equipment you have to quest such riot might not be the adequate one. That's why if you see my profile, you see where I work in Mushin. In Lagos today is one of the bad areas when it comes to this issue we are discussing about, where you have the dog, but I'm still able to carry them along. And now it's a very dicey situation, because by the time people see me with most of this stuff, they believe, oh, so police is the one encouraging all these guys. At the time you see me attending their naming ceremony when they want to do anything, they so cut out. I know all the boys that take care of each junction in my area, and when there's a problem, it's easy for me to call on them. Oh, Mr. A, I know there's a problem within your place. I know somebody snatched from within your place. Come and see me. We'll discuss it. But it might not be the best of solution. You might not get it around all over the country. But you see, most times we as an organization, we still go on courses on training, and these are way to go. That most times it's better you go into dialogue than even using gun, because most times it escalates the situation. I think we are still getting there. We'll still get to improve on that.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. There's a question on the chat room from Past Assistant Governor Kola Wale Ojelabi. We speak about peace all the time, yet the world has not experienced peace. There is war in all zones of the world. The question is, how do you tackle peace in the world without bloodletting? Can we start with you, ACP, then PDG, Bello, add to it. My ACP, sir.
Okay, without bloodletting.
Yes.
We don't need to deceive ourselves. When we call it conflicts, when two people do not agree on a particular thing, there will be crisis before we now come into the situation. And you will agree with me, no matter what we do, there's no way we can have a perfect society. You cannot have it perfect. And that is why you see governments continue to build prisons, in getting peace. Some at the end of the day even go to prison. It might be in the prison, the peace you are looking for, you get it. Because when you get to prison, you see some other people talking to you. You see some of them become a better person from the prison, going to school from the prison, learning a trade from the prison. But no matter what it takes, dialogue, at the end of the day, dialogue will still be the solution. We put at the back of our mind, not deceiving ourselves. We are not going to have a perfect society. We will not live in a world that there will be no rancor, there will be no issues. Everybody will just be going peacefully. It might not happen. The only thing we'll be looking for is to reduce it to the barest minimum, where at least majority of the people can go about their lawful business without problem. In as much as we continue to live in this world, we will continue to have conflicts among ourselves. But the most important thing is how and when we're able to resolve it. A point in case is the one of Russia and Ukraine. We'll be asking the question, when will this come to an end? We might not know when it comes, but it's not everything that comes to the public. There will be some organization, there will be some countries that will be doing some things underneath. It's only when it comes to open we come to see this. Bloodletting, because there are some people, they don't even understand where you are talking about. Okay, if you read what caused the problem in Kama in Kwara State, you'll be baffled. At this point in time, some people believe this is the way you should practice your religion. And religion is a very delicate issue that most people run away from. So when it continues to happen like that, someday, sometime, it might take a longer time, some things might have been destroyed, but the way to go is we'll still achieve this peace because you have to continue talking to them, and such is what Rotary Club is doing. You know, you put us together, we are still discussing this. From me to another person, from you to some group of people, even your church, to your family. No, from there we'll still achieve this. It's still the way to go. We'll get there, but we don't know when and how, but someday I think we will get it better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. My PDG, Bello, do you want to add to that? Yes, see here. My PDG, Bello, sir, do you want to add to that?
Yes, I want to. Please, thank you very much. Like I said in one of my slides, what PDG or Jelabi is talking of is physical violence. We have the passive violence, which fuels the physical, which is the one we always see. That passive violence is consciously and unconsciously caused by you and me. So for us to avoid that fire here, fire there, humanity has to be conscious, has to do the utmost best in our behaviors, in our bad behaviors, such that we can avoid ultimate horror. I think that's the way out of it. Any change we want to see. So let us all, like Rotary is doing now, Rotary is doing its utmost by organizing it, and talking to ourselves to change our way of life, our behaviors. If you are able to manage individual yourself, you can be very sure your neighbor will be at peace with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I can see a hand up, but let me just take this last one on the chat room from Abimbola Ijebu Igbo Metro. She's asking, what positive impacts can conflicts or friction brings besides its destructive or devastating effects stroke impacts?
Yes, let me respond to that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
In the world situation, there is no benefit for humanity. That's the truth. Everybody, all the parties are losers. So nothing that you can say is benefit from violence or from crisis. Let's avoid it. No benefit. Don't let anybody deceive. It's a zero-sum game.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Chinedu Nwabweze, your hand is up. Please, you have comments to make or questions to ask. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my PGs and APs. Okay, my name is Chinedu Nwabweze from the Rotary Club of VGC, Victoria Garden. So my question is to the ACP. So what I want to ask is, in peace building, when dialogue is not enough, sir, and what should come next? What should come next when dialogue is not enough, sir? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There's no alternative to it. There's no time dialogue will not be enough. It's just a way to go. We'll continue to dialogue. Like you had the last speaker I said, who are the people that benefit when there's conflict? Everybody is a loser. All what you have built will collapse in a day. You know, it's just for us to continue to see, make all the parties involved to see reasons why we should sit down to discuss. You know, dialogue is just a way to go, because if you look at it, if you did not agree with my position and nobody is ready to shift his ground, that means we are going to continue with the conflict, which is going to be, all of us is going to be a loser. You know, there's no way. And that's why God has created us. You know, you have some people, they are very strong-minded. Some people, they are very, their mind is very, they're very kind. You know, they have soft mind. You know, it's just a matter of understanding and maturity when you have to take certain stand, and there's no two way about it. You cannot be exhausted. We continue to use different approach, but it's still going to be dialogue, because we're going to check First World War, Second World War. After all the destruction, the war was resolved by sitting down on the right table to talk about it. So dialogue is just the way. There's no two way about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. There are no more hands up, and so we are rounding up. Very soon we'll be out of here. So, but before I invite PDG Kola Shodipo, we have all heard about how Rotary is promoting peace by addressing the causes, the root causes of conflicts, like poverty, like inequality through our DEI, and of course, by addressing lack of education. And we're not just stopping this conflict, but we're creating conditions for it to be maintained. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we round up, I would like to invite the district facilitator, PDG Kola Shodipo, to take the floor.
Thank you so much, District Governor nominee Wishobi. Well, it's been a wonderful morning, and I'm sure each and every one of us has benefited from the wealth of experience of our distinguished speakers, Past District Governor Remi, FCA, and Assistant Commissioner of Police A.C.P. We want to thank you on behalf of the District Governor and all Rotarians of our District 9112 for creating time to join us this morning. And
Network. Okay, so we cannot hear him anymore. So on behalf of the district facilitator, I want to thank all of us, especially our speakers. Thank you for honoring our invitation to be here to share your knowledge with us on peace building and conflict prevention. May I invite the district governor, DJ Larry, to close this session for us. My DG, sir. Is my DG there? Mr. Can you give us closing remark?
Look, can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir. My DG, we can hear you. Okay, while we're waiting for him to get back, I want to thank all the contributors, all the ones that made comments and questions, and those on the chat room too. PAG, Victoria Kuteyi, Lukman, Lucy, Chinedu Wabweze, Tony Abu, Benedict Ajike, PAG Ojelabi, Abimbola, Jagun Omodele, PAG Sholu. We thank you for your contributions. PAG Sunday Oguntade, thank you, sir. Thank you, Ebon. Thank you for your participation. And I think the network is not treating our PDG, Olashodipo, and DG very well. So this morning, may I, on their behalf, thank you so much for your time. So enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, our DGN. Enjoy your weekend as well, and bye.
Bye.